Hello everybody, it's Adrian for WapCar.my and I'm all about the details. Today it's the battle of 7-seater SUVs. On your left we have the Perodua Aruz and on your right we have the Honda BRV. Both models are their best sellers in their respective categories, the national 7-seater SUV and the non-national 7-seater SUV. But today my focus will be on the Aruz and see how does it stack up against the BRV in terms of drivability, features and practicality, and see if price factor is the only advantage it has or it's a genuinely good product for people looking for a 7-seater SUV. Log on to WapCar.my for the latest reviews, comparisons and car prices to help you find your next perfect car. And don't forget to click on the subscribe button. In terms of exterior features, the Aruz is the clear winner here with stunning LED headlamps and tail lamps as well as larger 17-inch alloys. Although I have to say that the BRV is not too shabby either. But I have to put a disclaimer out there, this is not the facelifted BRV, this is the pre-facelift one. Although the differences between the two are just minor nip and tuck, so it doesn't really matter. The BRV gets halogen projector headlamps with LED daytime running lights, more sensible 16-inch alloys as well as a functional roof rack that supports up to 30 kg of load. The cabin of both the Aruz and BRV are pretty much the same in the sense that they're both minimalistic and functional cabins. But I kind of prefer the cabin of the Aruz a little bit better because of this piano black trims here, the silver bits, and this textured door panels just gives the car a bit more of an upmarket feel. There's one feature that I quite like in the BRV, which is automatic climate control. But other than that, I think the cabin of the Aruz just blows the BRV out of the waters. You get features such as one-touch triple signal, automatic headlamps, front parking sensors, seatbelt reminders for all 7 seats, dash cam, 2 USB charging ports, and my favorite, built-in tow reader. Practicality in the Aruz is also a little bit better than the BRV. You get plenty of storage spaces here and there, side door bins which you can fit 2 bottles, although I have to say you can't fit a big bottle like this. But my only gripe with the cabin of the Aruz would have to be this touchscreen infotainment system. This is the older version, not the latest one as seen in the Beza facelift, so it doesn't show your media information when you're connected to the Bluetooth. But at least it gets 6 speakers instead of the BRV's 4. Space in the middle row of the BRV and Aruz are pretty much the same as they both have a sliding middle row. I have the front seat adjusted to my usual driving position and this is the most backwards. I have about 3 tennis balls of space. Even if I pull it all the way forwards, I still get just about 1 tennis ball of space, which is not too bad. Both cars features rear air blowers, but amenities in the Aruz is ever so slightly better. You get an anti-snatch hook, 2 teh tarik hooks, as well as a USB charging port with a pocket for your phone. But I have to say, only the BRV you can fit a large size water bottle on the side door bins. Getting into the third row seats on both cars is the same with a one-touch tumble function. But this is where the Aruz loses out to the BRV because the BRV is infinitely more spacious. I have the middle row adjusted to a normal sitting position and I'm 175 cm tall. I basically have no knee room and my head is brushing at the roof. For children, it's okay, but for adults, it's going to be a bit of a challenge. After driving the 2 cars back to back, I realized that the Aruz and BRV are for very different group of buyers. The BRV has a rather low driving position, so you don't get that tall SUV kind of feeling. If you're stepping up from a hatchback or a sedan, getting into the BRV will be a very familiar driving experience. The Aruz gives you that tall and commanding SUV field of vision. The tall sitting position not only gives you better vision outwards, but especially for the ladies, it makes it more difficult for onlookers to peep into the cabin. Ride comfort is a little bit tricky here because I feel that the suspension on the BRV is not very good at handling hard and sharp bumps, constantly sending a jolt into the cabin. And if you're carrying full load, which means 7 adults with luggages, I think the suspension is going to struggle with damping. The Aruz on the other hand, while it can be a little bit rocky and bouncy around bumps and humps because of its body-on-frame construction, it's more suited at carrying loads. And the ride quality gets more pliant as you carry more people. Driving experience-wise, the BRV, which is built on a unibody, exhibits better body control. Feels like you're driving a sedan. The Aruz, on the other hand, drives more like an SUV in the sense that it's tall and can be a little bit wallowy around the bends. It does take a tad bit more time of getting used to if it's your first time jumping into an SUV. But having said that, the Aruz is the more reassuring car to drive on the highway because it's riding on ridiculously wide 215/60 profile rubbers wrapping around those 17-inch alloys, the largest wheel size ever fitted onto a Perodua. As for engine performance, the BRV has a clear advantage over the Aruz. It uses a 1.5-litre i-VTEC naturally aspirated petrol engine. It makes 120 horsepower and 145 Nm of torque. In comparison, the Aruz uses a 1.5-litre dual VVT-i petrol engine. It only makes 102 horsepower and 133 Nm of torque. The CVT automatic in the BRV also helps to keep the revs down low when you're cruising at a highway speed. The Aruz, on the other hand, the 4-speed automatic transmission constantly feels that it needs an extra gear or two. Engine noise at high revs aside, the Aruz has better insulation for wind and road noise, which makes it a more comfortable car in the city. By now you might think that I'm torn between the Aruz and BRV. Well, there's actually one aspect that tips the scale into the Aruz's favour, and that is safety. As standard, the Aruz gets 6 airbags with electronic stability control, and if you step up to this range-topping advanced variant, you also get the ASA 2.0. It bundles autonomous emergency braking, forward collision warning with pedestrian detection, pedal misoperation control, and front departure warning. The BRV, on the other hand, only 2 airbags. To sum it up, I think that the Aruz is a very compelling package for those looking for a people carrier with a tall and commanding driving position. And the features you're getting for the price that you're paying, it's a no-brainer. However, the weakest link with the Aruz would have to be the powertrain. If only it came with a CVT gearbox, it would greatly improve NVH and comfort levels. The BRV, on the other hand, appeals to a different group of consumers. It appeals to those who prefers a more familiar and conventional driving experience that's more akin to their hatchback and sedans. And it also appeals to those who die must be seen in a Japanese brand as if they're allergic to Proton and Peroduas. Thanks for watching, we hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos like this. And let us know in the comment section below whether you picked the Perodua Aruz over the Honda BRV.